my besties, welcome to Aggressive Gala. My name is God's Beauty Israel, aka the Lady Vibe, aka Plenty, aka Gossip Buddy. You see the way I took my time, and I know you're looking, this one where goes with you wrong, go wear glasses. See, it matter hot, as it day like this, it's serious. You understand? So we need, when you're talking about, when you're having serious conversations, you have to be looking serious and not unserious. You understand? So today is a very serious conversation. So speaking of serious, because I mean, there are a lot of people that don't even know how to take care of their health. They don't know how to take care of. Okay, this is not me shading a lot of people, right? But I have one spectacular, interesting, fantastic, using Macaroni's voice now, fantabulous, you understand? So I have one elegant beauty with me. This person is a nutritionist, a fitness coach. Like when you see her, you know that this one is fitness. When they say premium or nothing, this is it. I have no other person than Bemi Giwa. Hi, Bemi! How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's it like coming here today? I mean, given that there's protest going on, and I'm very sure everywhere must be very quiet. You know, Lagos. Tell me how it was like coming here.
Oh yeah, it was actually pretty quick. It took me like 12 minutes to get here. But you know, at first I was like, am I coming out? Am I not coming out? I wasn't really sure with all these protest vibes, but I'm happy I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Queen, for coming. I'm not the one for the real. Oh yeah, now. So I want you to quickly give us just a small run on what you do and why you actually do it, because I mean I want you to share more, like probably, or even advice. And a whole lot of people, I feel like, okay, let me even give very simple examples here. So I don't have an issue with people taking beer, but you see them take beer and they now start having like very big tummy and all of that. I don't have issues with people taking chocolates, but I mean they don't get to understand that it would actually affect your sexual urges and all of those. So I would want you to explain, starting from introducing yourself, what you do, why you do it, and just give us, probably advice on all these things I've mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Bemi, like I said.
Yes, get me on it.
I'm a fitness and nutrition coach, and I basically help people achieve their health goals, and that can look like anything from fat loss to gaining muscles and building strength. Primarily, my clients are women.
Oh.
I know, right? But I've actually started taking on a few male clients, but I'm not going to lie, I love working with women. It's really where my passion lies. I think when it comes to fitness and nutrition and getting healthy in general, it's something that people actually tend to take for granted. When you're walking, you're doing everything, you're okay. People are okay, I'm okay now. There's nothing wrong with me, I'm good. But the moment where you start to see that, okay, like your jeans is not really fitting anymore, or maybe, your partner said something that you didn't really kind of like the way it sounded, people tend to find that motivation and won't take care of their health. But it really shouldn't be when something happens, right? Your health is literally the most important thing that you have. And a lot of people are walking thinking, okay, I'm okay, but they're not really okay. You're tired all the time, you have really low energy, you feel bloated, you're really uncomfortable, you're not, it's not just push it like this, you can fall down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we as human beings are supposed to like be strong, thriving, have really good energy, and there's so many pillars to health beyond what you eat, beyond how you train. There's so many pillars that we need to be looking at to really achieve optimal health. So bringing it back to your question about, like, I guess, people drinking beer and people, taking chocolate and sweet things. My personal approach when it comes to health and nutrition is definitely a balanced approach, because people like to say I'm Nigerian, right? And me, I love food. When people see me, they're like, oh, you don't eat? I'm like, no, I actually eat. I follow a balanced approach to wellness, which is basically like a 80-20% principle, where 80% of the time I am disciplined. We're working out, we're eating healthy, we're prepping our meals, we're sleeping well, we're avoiding alcohol, no processed food, no sugar, all of that good things. And then 20% of the time, enjoyment.
Come on now, we got to diet.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what works for me. Some people prefer like really, really rigid routines, but I found that the people who, they will say that, okay, this month I'm going to lose 5 kg, and they go crazy and they just really go strict. Next month they're back and they put on more weight than usual. Like the people who are usually able to stay consistent and have results and really get the most out of life are the people who are able to understand that it's a 80%, 20% journey. It's balance, right? And you're not in it for just, okay, the next 3 months I'm going on summer. No, you're in it because it's a lifestyle, right? The rest of your life is going to look like this. And do you really want to not eat rice for the rest of your life? Do you get what I mean? So it's really finding the balance and finding ways that you can, incorporate healthy habits, but also still make it work for your lifestyle. Everyone is different. So that's really what I do. And that's where I find love and passion.
Love it. I can't wait. I mean, we'd have other personal, talk, because in the way I'm looking at my tummy, I don't have it so much, but I mean, I would want to still be looking like a darling, like the way you're looking.
Girl, you look good, please.
All right, let's quickly get the redos on. So it's time to actually get redos. Okay, so this video say no one wants to have me, but no one wants to lose me too. What am I? Okay, thinking cap. It is time to think. No. So the interesting part is we don't need to answer it now.
Okay.
But let's keep pondering
Thinking
on it.
about
So
it.
towards the ending of the show,
Okay.
they would answer it. You in for a sweet ride, right?
All right, let's go.
All right, now let's go on a short break, guys. I'm super excited because there's a lot to talk about. On the Street is coming next. Stay with me. On the street of social media, it is. All right, so the first one I have here is if your husband is taking good care of if your husband is taking good care of the house, give him backing to have side chick. This is said by Pastor Abata Joseph Enoch. All right, let me quickly read out the tweet here. So he says, government starts from our house. As a wife, if your husband is taking good care of the house, have built a house, give him a backing to have side chicks. That's a good government. No man can survive without side chick, not even Father Abraham. That's the truth. Oh yeah, what do you think? A pastor said that. Yes. Is how we actually brought Abraham to the context.
That is very
what
problematic.
What do you think about it?
You know, if a husband can have a side chick, you as a woman, you two can have a side bobo now. I'll be back to back. I don't understand. Because you taking a vow, right? You're taking a vow for marriage and you've decided to commit to that relationship. I think it means disrespect. Look, there are different types of relationships. There are the ones that is me and you and me and you. There are ones that is two of us and you. There are ones that, you get what I mean?
I feel you.
It's all about communication expectations. When you're able to communicate with your partner and say, okay, this is what I'm expecting out of this relationship, and this is what you are expecting out of this relationship, then you can work within those boundaries. I feel like there are multiple ways to love people, but I think, again, like, dishonesty is a no-no for me, and then also, like, communication. So, not surprised side chick. Let us be aware of what we're doing. And if I do, depending on who you are, if I do my own, maybe can you do your own back? And, yeah. Okay,
so the part where Ina said that no man can survive without side chick, what do you think about that?
I mean, why would he speak for all men? No, I don't believe that. I believe that there are men who can be faithful and committed to one woman. There are also quite a lot of men who, according to them, cannot be. So, yeah, but it's a discipline thing. It's a choice thing. You have to choose every day to commit to the person that you're with. And again, like, honesty and principles. This is why when you meet someone, before you get in a relationship, you really need to understand their principles. And if it's something that you can live with, because everything else that he's saying, obviously, just because someone has Twitter account doesn't mean that they are right. You know what I mean?
All right, now let's quickly check the comment section to see people's reaction on that. All right, this one says, waiting I know, say, if time comes when man don't settle, have house and investment and family, no house, side chick too must dey, cause na part of it. But I go treat my wife well, sha. So you see this one now is actually in agreement that, side chick is, once you are okay, you have taken care of your family and all of that.
Do you see why I have a problem with this? The reason why I have a problem with this statement is because, see, ladies, don't meet a man when he's coming up, because this is basically saying, even if you were with me when I was coming up, as soon as I'm settled, I'll bring someone into the mix.
So you are saying now that women should not be sacrificial?
Yes, because you would have imagine suffering with someone, thinking that, okay, when he settles down, that's what I'm going to start to enjoy. Meanwhile, you know that when he settles down, that's when that he's bringing number 2 or number 3. This is why I don't believe that you should be with a man when he's on his come up. I'm sorry, go for when he's settled, because yes.
Okay.
Men change when they have everything settled. This is a fact.
Oh, they do?
This is my fact. I'm saying that. I don't want to speak for all men. But I feel like a lot of men change. Like, they're not the same people they are when they are settled. I've seen it happen time and time again.
Can you give us that narration?
Okay.
I'm not struggling. Okay, so wait. Okay, when you say change, now in what aspect? Is it that when they're not financially stable at that time, probably they're more humble, they're more respectful, they're more helping. But when they make money, they're like, oh please, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's not even a humility thing.
Okay, so what
I feel like men or women, right? When you have a bit of money, you're settled, you're working in what you're supposed to do, your tastes change. That's when you really have time to decide what you really want. Do you get what I mean? You're no longer in struggle mode. Do you get?
Okay.
Your life is good now. This is when your true color comes out. And I genuinely believe this. I feel like a lot of the times, again, I don't want to generalize, but I feel a lot of the times when people are on the come up, like, you don't really have time to explore on what you really truly want. It's more like you're kind of like managing things. You're just, this is good. It's here right now and it's good. Okay, let's just see it. But when everything else is settled, you really have time to like think about, more. Even think about like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? At the very bottom is like physiological needs, which is basically like you're hungry, When you get to the top, it's like self-actualization, where you can start thinking about the deep questions. And I feel like that's where a lot of people realize, okay, this is the kind of partner that I want to be with, and you can afford to be a bit more picky. And I just feel like it's really something. It's
when
true.
You said you can afford to be more.
No, you really can, because like in the bottom, you really, you kind
really
of have to take
I
what
feel
you.
I feel you.
Yeah, so I feel like, and a lot of women fall into this trap where they think that they're going to build with men, and then they get to a stage where the man has built what he wants to build.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't like you anymore. You don't like what? you're going to like what you see today.
No, I feel like in those kind of scenarios, it's because probably the girl is not also growing herself or making herself better. Because I mean, I hear you when you say, okay, you're building with this guy, right? You're trying to make sure that this guy is okay. But most girls actually forget their dreams and they now pursue the guy's dreams. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't you think it's in those kind of scenarios that those kind of thing happens?
I think it's definitely a mix. I feel like a lot of women give themselves too easily to men, and it's expected of society. People feel like, okay, when you marry a man or you're with a man, like, his dream kind of comes over yours, and you sacrifice yourself to, maybe he gets a job opportunity, you quit your dreams to follow his own and all of that. And I feel like I'm not looking down on that. I do feel like it's just an expectation that both of you need to have and also communicate. And also, as a woman, if you're going to be putting your work aside or your time aside to support your man, then there needs to be like some sort of compensation involved, and you need to like really, there needs to be a very clear vision, because at the end of the day, it's like you're working for him, like it's free labor for him, it's free, you pouring into him and then taking out of you. But if there's some women that their life vision is really to support their man and their goals.
Yeah, but that can only happen when you yourself, your own goals and aspiration has been sorted out.
I agree, but some people's goals and aspirations literally to be married and have kids. That is some women's goals and aspiration. And again, I'm not looking down on that. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
To each his own. And if that's true to who you are and what you want, go for it. But also realize that if your entire goal and aspiration in life is catered around another human being, your husband in that sense, just know that your goals and your aspirations are always going to be dependent on him and his mood and his, how he feels and guess what? People change, men change, women change as well. We also change. Actually. So it's a very kind of like, the risk is too it's too risky.
I feel you.
It's risky.
I feel you. All right, let's quickly take one more comment, then we'll move on. All right, this one says, you did think that if they were allowed to have just one side chick, they did be satisfied. What many men don't realize is that if you can't stay faithful to one woman, 1,000 women won't still be enough. You keep moving from one side chick to another until it leads to your downfall. Abraham was a faithful husband, but life's challenges led him to adultery, not out of intentional unfaithfulness, and it didn't end well for him.
Can I get this guy's number?
Oh my God. All right, let's quickly move on to the next story that we have. And it says, a boy is seen pointing a paper-shaped gun to a nurse because he doesn't want to be injected. All right, so in this video, you see that the guy is, I mean, it's normal for a small child to be afraid of, injection and all of that, which is actually, like I said, it's normal. Even me that is all growing, like I think last year or last 2 years, me myself, I was actually afraid. I mean, there's nobody that is not afraid of. When you see the news, you say, now this need to go enter my body, God, I beg. But now the problem, or do I say the thing the comments people see or other people get to see is the fact that, okay, I understand the resistance and all, but why is he pointing a paper-shaped gun towards the nurse? People are, like it's speaking of different opinions and perspective. Would you see anything wrong with this video? Let me start with that.
Yes, I definitely see a child in distress and thinking the way to stop that distress is by harming the person that's coming to him, right? It's definitely learned behavior. He must have seen that somewhere.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of times in this age, it's so hard to kind of like censor what our kids are exposed to. I don't know his parents. I don't know, the kind of upbringing that they have. But I think it's very important that we try as parents, as society, to really kind of like make sure that we're able to protect the children from the things that they consume. And really, again, you know, this boy did not he probably didn't think too deeply into this action. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like philosophize and be like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's a little bit uncomfortable to watch, you know, such a young child point a gun at someone to protect himself. It rubs me up the wrong way.
I feel you, because I mean, let's really check the comment section, because there's a whole lot of things I saw there. This one says, everybody they shout, it's not funny. Movies he has been watching, like say una no play police and thief when una small, or una no make paper gun for class.
I mean, fair enough, you know, fair enough. I mean, I didn't play police and thief, but you know, we did catch her and all those things, So I don't know, like.
But don't you think it depends on the age difference?
I think as well. But now that comment has actually sparked a memory for me. Like even right now, like I went to the beach with my friends maybe like a month ago, and we were playing with water guns.
Yeah.
So it was like a water gun. So it really wasn't, you know, I guess it wasn't really a big deal. But again, like, it's just, you know, a lot of the times we see 10-second videos on the internet and we just make them into think pieces. It was we don't know the picture of this people's life. We don't, you know?
Yeah.
So it really sparks, I think it's sparking conversation, because it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we have the right to come to any conclusion of that sort. You know what I mean? So I guess Emeka, you know, you're making a little sense.
Okay, so this next one says, it looks all fun and games here. People are saying it's cute. It's such a pity that the only way a child knows how to show resistance is by using a pretend gun.
Okay, that comment is actually problematic. She said the only way. She doesn't know how other things, how many other ways he shows resistance, right? She just concluded that the only way, it's not the only way. Come on. Like, I feel like, again, she saw a 10-second clip and then painted the whole picture of this boy's life, which really is a problem with the internet these days, where people just because of one, they think they know you, but they really don't. But if it was the only way,
that's what I wanted to say now.
If it was the only way, he knew how to show resistance, then definitely would be quite problematic. I agree. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one then. Okay, this one says, and you sure said this boy is sick. So, by the way, where he see that gun? Who made him that paper gun? Them no search him before he enter hospital with gun. I don't understand.
That's actually funny.
As per rubber, I be how when they was search him. So people can be so funny.
Serious. Don't mind them.
This was a sister Mina. He said, "Come close and collect bullet."
You get it? Don't play.
All right, let's get the next one, please. Okay, this one says, check the movies he's watching, before he go pike person life in, pike person later in life, he needs to be cautioned immediately.
This is, no, like, I don't see the correlation between him holding a gun to a nurse to, like, killing people in future. He's a child.
I feel like they are just coming from the aspect of, what he keeps watching. I mean, when you keep watching, there was this thing I saw of recent, right? I think we even spoke about that. That should be like last month or so, where two children, so let's just say before now, they argued about an iPhone. So we don't know who owns it between, but there's like a senior and a junior, so they're left alone in the house later in the day, then only for them to find out that the younger child is no longer breathing. So they're wondering what went wrong. So thank God for the CCTV that was there. So they now use the CCTV to check out what really happened, only for them to say that the senior child actually strangled.
Wow.
Yeah, actually strangled the junior child and made it look like that one was still sleeping, because that child was actually sleeping. Yeah, wow. That child was actually sleeping before the senior one did what she did. So it was until they watched that video, they watched the CCTV before they were able to know what went wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? But I mean, when they came to the house and they're like, what's wrong with her? And they quickly rushed on all of those things. Nobody thought about the fact that this child should be like seen as probably a guilty.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So
because the person is a child. No, the question is not now about you actually strangled your sister, but it's how you're able to clean it up and make it look like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like this girl is still sleeping peacefully. Do you get what I'm saying? So definitely it must have been in that situation must have been what the child has been exposed to, what that child is watching, or probably the kind of children too that child must have been surrounded with,
Yeah, I mean, I agree on some level. I feel like the intention to cause harm is definitely like strong in that one. And there's some children that they're born strong. Do you get what I mean? I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a couple of things. I think definitely the things that we're exposed to and the things that, we surround ourselves with can definitely have an impact on how we start to behave. But I feel like if you have strong parenting structures around, that can also counterbalance. You should be able to know right from wrong. I don't feel like, I might be wrong. I feel like kids are also quite intelligent, right? Like,
Definitely,
you know when you're harming someone, you know when you're doing something wrong. This child knew that they were in the wrong. They knew that they were hurting, the other. So I feel, again, it's all about, like, I don't know, like, for example, like, I watch a lot of horror movies. It doesn't mean that tomorrow now I'm gonna just start cutting somebody's head for fun. Do you get what I mean?
I feel you.
I feel like there's also the element of, like, you knowing what is right from wrong, and that is a parent's responsibility.
Love it. Love it. All right, let's quickly go over to the next story. This one says Christian protesters protect their Muslim counterparts as they observe their prayers in the road. On the road in Jos. So I mean, with this picture, you see that the Muslim people are actually praying, but those people by the side, at the like standing at all of those are actually Christians, making sure that these people are actually fine. I mean, given the protest and everything that's been going on of recent, what do you have to say to this? Somehow in my head, I'm like, okay, true. Like, there's actually some benefits you can actually get from this protest. What do you think? Tell me.
No, I really like it. I think it's really cute. I feel like it shows cute. It just shows like human nature, compassion, especially in a time like this where we're constantly reminded that things are hard. People think people are bad, but not all people are bad. Like, there's love and care for each other, and I really like. I love it. Makes my heart feel warm. I love to see it. Yeah.
So are you now in agreement that, okay, because of this, I feel like, okay, truly we should have actually had a protest? I mean, given that there's even protest already.
No, I mean,
but it's because of the protest that we can actually see this now.
I feel like, yes, it's called a process. We can see this, but it doesn't. This is always there. Just a reminder that it's always there, right? It's just an opportunity for this to be expressed, right?
Oh, wow.
We don't need a protest to know that people are good. We don't need a protest to know that there's compassion in this world. But it's nice to see. So, do I agree with the protest? I mean, if I agreed with it, I would be on the street protesting myself. When I didn't protest, so.
Okay.
I appreciate the effort of people trying to make a stand, make a say. I think it's very important that as Nigerians, we let the government know that, we have a voice and our voice deserves to be heard. But Nigeria is in such a state where I kind of personally feel defeated. I feel like, okay, after the protest, and then what? What's going to happen? I don't know if it's a bad way to think for sure. But just looking back off how the NSAS protest happened and how nobody was punished, nothing was ever resolved, it makes me feel like, okay, but why would I risk my life for this country, Nigeria? You know what I mean?
I feel you. We'll still have a little banter on that. So let's quickly check the comment section to see people's reaction on that picture. This one says, hope the Muslim can reciprocate this when the time comes. Just asking though. Okay, the next one says, we have gone past religious differences and they know it. So they are throwing the tribe card now and it's working for them.
Religion does not have suffering does not have religion, to be honest. The Nigerians are suffering right now.
I mean, the only thing we can do is to just come together and make sure that we are better. I mean, let's check the next one, please. All right, this one says, now this is the oneness we are talking about. Cancel the religious, ethnic divide among us. In the face of hardship and humility, we are all one, together forever. All right, Jerry says, this is what love should be. Religious tolerance should be preached. This is giving hope, love, unity, and tolerance. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to the next one. Okay, this one says, it is this togetherness they keep working to divide. They know if we come together, we will be a force to reckon with. That is why they use tribe and religion to divide us. Their agents are in this comment section throwing tribal insults to cause division among ourselves. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, I really agree with that comment. I really love that. I don't know about their agents being in the comment section, but I feel like one of the biggest issues in Nigeria is that the average Nigerian is very self-centered. You think about yourself first, then your family, then your tribe. That road to Nigeria as a nation is very far.
long.
Do you get what I mean? And I feel like where we're divided, where we don't have a common goal, we don't have a common division, that's how they have more power over us. Like, power comes from unity. Imagine like 100 million people coming together and saying one thing. Of course there'll be a change. But the more divided we are, I feel the harder that change used to come across.
All right, let's quickly go on a short break. Coming back is hard gossip. I know you are anticipating. Please keep anticipating. And yes, don't forget to share. Share this, comment in the section. Tell me what you think about this protest. Are you in agreement? Share you go. You should say you go for protest, but the way they look you. So we're going on a short break, Gary. Stay with me.
Wagwami people, it's your girl Endurance Grant. Shout out to Gossip Gala.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, the Ultra MPA, and you're watching Gossip Gala. If you're in traffic, you buy what? Gossip Gala. Keep it locked, baby. Ooh.
Hey guys, Tijani here, and big shout out to Gossip Gala. Keep watching, you know the vibe. Shit.
Thanks for staying with me. So it's the Hot Gossip segment. All right, so the first one on Hot Gossip reads, say no to protest. Protester reportedly gets pushed away by his colleagues on TV for complaining about hunger in Nigeria and forgetting to follow the script. So when they say trending video, this is actually one of the funny, interesting trending video that was around yesterday. So I mean, I don't understand how somebody that is holding a placard that states say no to protest and all of these things, and you're coming out and now say a totally different thing. Let's quickly watch this video because it's so funny, honestly. Let's watch this video first.
Now, 1,000 will not take you of drinking Gary. Where we say before 100 naira you will drink Gary and do what you want to do. So now we are coming to make him to know that things are very hard with us. Let him consider us.
Thank you. So we're also going to be talking to one of the protesters who would also...
I mean, it's not enough for him to come out and now say all of those things that he has said. I mean, for now, you see, the interesting part is where that other person was coming out to say, Oga, wait till they talk. It shows that there's a script that they were supposed to follow, right? And he didn't follow it. So probably due to maybe there's hunger in the land or something, I don't know. So him holding the say no to protest and all of these things, and he's saying something totally different. It now shows that each and every one of us that keeps shouting, oh, we need we need good government and all of those things, we need to be together and all of that. We Nigeria for the better and all, coming togetherness and all of those things. They are now setting people that are actually against this whole thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Because for him to come out and the other one telling him that, what are you saying, okay? It shows that person has actually even been paid. They have been paid for it. Do you get what I'm saying? What do you have to say to this?
I mean, I feel like this whole video is hilarious for so many reasons. First of all, they are holding a protest to protest against protest. Like, that in itself, like, it makes zero sense.
Oh,
and now,
father.
here is you protesting against protest for the issues that you're facing. You do get what I mean? And the fact that that guy now came to tell him, Oga, what are you saying? He means that this guy has gone off script. So this man probably, they probably gave him like 1K, 2K, hold this paper and just stand. Do you get what I mean? So, but it's really crazy because it shows that there are people with a budget who don't want Nigerians to come out and say no.
Honestly.
And it's crazy to me. I feel like even this whole protest thing, right? All of a sudden now, you see police on the road. You see people. Apparently, they've invested heavily into the firearms of the police forces. And I'm like, when we had Boko Haram, you guys did not invest in our police.
You're even going.
When we have things, you guys did not invest in that. Like, why all of a sudden, when Nigerians, civilians want to come out and speak against the government, all of a sudden there's a budget for security for these things? I beg, Nigeria, I beg. We have to beg this country, please.
So speaking to this thing you already said, I remember checking through the street of social media, and there was something someone said that actually caught my attention. So this guy said, the truth is, one of the reasons why, just like you talk about this whole budget and how you see police everywhere, how come there's still security issues in Nigeria and we have a whole lot of these police people? So how come we have this large crowd? Like, if you see for every place that they said they are going to hold this protest, if you see the numbers of army men that are there, and we keep complaining about the fact that there's security issues here in Nigeria. So what we have these people been? Do you understand? That's number one. Number two, Ina said this protest will not be very effective. That was before the protest. He said this protest will not be effective because having stated the date and the place people want to have this thing, they will be ready for you now. Do you understand? What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree on some level. I agree on all levels, to be honest, because I was like, there's nothing to disagree with.
Oh my God.
The issue is, of course, it's good to make it public, right? The intention is that, okay, it's a peaceful protest. Everybody come out and, you know what I mean? And, I mean, for me, it's just heartbreaking, to be honest, to see how much the Nigerian government wants to suffocate our voices. It's also heartbreaking to see that the people, I mean, the average Nigerian these days is really suffering. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel you.
The money that you had before is not really the money
That you have now.
Do you get what I
feel
mean?
you.
And it doesn't seem like there's any end. You know what I mean? So people are genuinely frustrated. People are genuinely hungry. And it's just heartbreaking to watch on it. I don't really feel like I have anything to add except it just makes me sad.
Have you heard of the news that the rice is now 40,000 naira, a bag of rice? Did you get that?
So, you know, the funniest thing is because I recently moved to Nigeria, right?
Okay.
I don't really have set prices for things in my mind, but I just keep on seeing every day people complaining about certain things. Like, oh, okay. Like, it just sounds really, you know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy because I'm just like, I've been here for a year now, and I just noticed that things just keep on getting expensive, and I'm like, okay, but the quality of living hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. Why am I paying more for the same thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is going on? Like, what is happening?
More. We'll be okay. Let's check the comment section.
I don't know.
Let's check the comment section. All right, this one says, hunger made him forget the script, or he probably doesn't know the group he's supporting. What a joke.
Guy.
All right, this person says, you should know that these people are deceived. They don't even know what they came to do.
Yeah.
They call them with something else, and when they get there, they will start telling them someone else.
Something else, I think, yeah.
That's how they called women in Ebonyi yesterday. Oh, this made me also remember there was this video I saw where there's some women that they give them placards and all of those things that had the indication of say no to protest, and they took them. I think they took them to Abuja also. That was even before the protest here. Only for these women to be complaining. There was a video of the women complaining that they took them to Abuja. They promised them food. They promised them money. They don't give them anything. They left them there stranded. In my head, I said, what were you expecting?
No, but for real. But the truth of the matter is, like, they don't even have the education. These are people that they know that common 1,000, 5,000 would change. Do you get what I mean? Would change them, and these people don't have the education. They don't have the I don't know. I guess they don't thinking through the process of Nigeria. They don't have that same access. So if you bring me 1K and I'm not eating this morning, and you bring me 5K, I'm not eating this morning, I'll follow you now. It's hard to blame these kind of people because it's also at the same time it's like condition they make refugee. Do you get what I mean? It's not as if they know that at the end of the day, if Nigeria was working for them, they will benefit. But right now they need to eat. Today they need to eat. What to do?
I don't know, but honey, somewhere in my head, I just want to say that regardless of the amount that you're being given, is that really worth it?
Hey girl, if I bring a little $10 million and I say to you,
no, that is $10 million. Come on, yeah, you know when we're talking about small things, let's be specific.
You know what is small to you is big to somebody else.
Abi,
hey.
that one do. Let's check the rest of the comments, please. Okay, we're taking this. All right, this one says hashtag bring back fuel subsidy should be the demand, not the unrealistic end bad government. Bad government can't end in Africa, not Nigeria. God made it so.
Which God?
I don't know that one. Okay, fuel subsidy 100 naira per liter. Hallelujah. We will end 90% hunger you are complaining about. All right, make specific demands and stop wasting your time and effort. You all be wise, don't be unwise. Do you agree? So if they just bring down fuel like this, to 100 naira per liter, wow.
I feel like
help.
The fuel hike was the initial starts of this issue. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like we've come so far and so deep in the problem that just reducing the price of fuel
will not end.
Exactly. Secondly, that's not going to happen, right? We've gone
100 naira per liter.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's just not, right? And I feel like the solution to Nigeria's problem is not one. It's so simplistic to say, okay, reduce the fuel and everything will be solved. No, there are many layers to the issues that we need to face. I feel like, yes, if the government could subsidize fuel to a certain amount, it would definitely help a lot of people. But I feel like there's so many things we need to do.
So what other thing do you think should be worked on apart from the fuel subsidy?
Education is always the first thing for me. Like when I think about a better Nigeria, I feel like
everybody needs to be educated for us.
Yes. And one thing I didn't realize for so long, I thought the average Nigerian was me. No, I'm not going to lie to you. Like genuinely, I thought I was the average Nigerian.
Okay.
And then now I realize that the average Nigerian is the hawker on the street.
Yeah.
When you think about that, you just realize that the average Nigerian is poor. Do you get what I mean? With no access to certain things. And education can change so much, especially in digital age. If more people have like the basic education, they can go online and find ways to make money. Not just online, but it just also just equips you with skills. And when I say education, it doesn't mean going to learn English, and the Nigerian education system is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean skills. It's skill-based education where you have something that you can monetize. How many Nigerians went to university and now they're doing makeup artists and they're doing
a lot.
Do you know what I mean?
A makeup artist is better. Everybody is now a content creator.
Okay, fair enough. There's also that. You know what I mean? So, and that content creation, I have a lot to say about that. But
you're not the only person. Don't worry.
But I feel like skill-based. You know, we are a country. We need things like we need carpenters, we need plumbers. Like plumbers, for example, in America, do you know how much they charge per hour? Do you get what I mean? But here, like, labor is so cheap, and I feel like the more we're able to just equip ourselves with knowledge, the more we can really change this whole Nigerian problem. There are many other things, but for me, I think education is really the biggest one. I feel like it's something that we should all be looking at.
I love it. I love it. Before I say I love you.
I love you too.
But I love you. Come on. Let's take the rest of the comment, please. All right, this one says, evident that most of these people coming out to say no to protest are brainwashed. Most were not informed what they were going out to do. The hunger in the land hits everyone. It is well.
Yes, so it's true.
It is truly well. All right, this one says, I feel they just gave them placards and took advantage of their illiteracy because half of them might not even know what it is about.
Facts. That's a fact.
Whoa. All right, let's take the next one. That'll be the last, please. All right, this one says, no, that's not it. Okay, let's quickly go over to the next story we have on Hot Gossip. All right, this one says Minister of Digital Economy Bosun Tijani laments on protesters set ablaze yet to be commissioned Digital Innovation Park in Kano. According to the minister, the park was slated for launch next week. All right, let's quickly take that comment. That's the comment that came up earlier. All right, it says, sad to learn that our Digital Innovation Park in Kano, slated for launch next week to support our technical talent accelerator, has been set ablaze and looted by protesters. Alongside hashtag 3MTT. All right, this building is set to host our Build-a-thon holiday makeup program for secondary school kids starting next week. A slight setback for our journey to deepen our workforce for technology while creating job opportunities for the youth. Millions of naira down the drain. Honestly speaking, Kano State residents, or do I say citizens or protesters, they actually did a lot of harm. But before I say anything, let's quickly take the reply that was given to Dr. Bosun. All right, this one says, dear Dr. Bosun, take a look at the people who are protesting. Do they look like people who will benefit from the technical talent accelerator? If the immediate answer that comes to you is no, then that means your administration has spent time and effort in the wrong direction. Look inward and address immediate concerns of the people you are actually governing, rather than a Harlequin tax that makes good for CV. Focus and set your priorities right and let history be just to you. What do you think about that?
Well, that's crazy. I feel like initially when I saw Bosun's tweet, my first opinion was like, he just said protesters. I feel like the people who would have done that, I don't feel like are the people that are actually looking for change. I feel like they're criminals, hungry people, just, people who don't have a clue, who just want to destroy. I feel like the average Nigerian who's looking to protest is those that are actually looking to change and not destroy. And when you kind of like group protesters in one group, you kind of say, okay, everyone who's protesting is looking to just destroy and burn things and still like that. And I feel like that's the narrative that the government is trying to push. Now, that reply was actually very spot on. In as much as I feel like the people protesting might not benefit from something like that, there are people who would benefit from something like that. Do you get what I mean?
Definitely.
So I do not in any form support destruction. I feel like it was, a waste. And I feel like that project could have had impact.
There was a lot. I mean, let's take a look at people on top of, can you imagine? Like in my head, I'm like, what's a traffic light do you? Like, you're supposed to be protesting, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you on top?
Unfortunately, you see what I mean? Unfortunately, the issue with, look at this, the issue with Nigeria, or the issue, what are they doing? This is like, I haven't watched this video. This is like, I'm so distracted. Like, what?
And the other one I saw, I think we have that video.
What's
too,
going on?
was where they actually went into a supermarket that doesn't belong to the government. It literally belongs to individuals like us. Like, if you want to protest, protest. Lay your complaints.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is the institution. Like, just imagine. See what you're taking
This
out.
is crazy.
Wait till you won't use these things. You want, like, they want
This
to
is
sell
crazy.
it or what? Like,
This is actually crazy.
There's a lot.
But
There's a lot.
the issue and the problem still remains that
Just imagine this is it.
no, these are thieves. These are hoodlums, right?
These
These are not no.
These are not protesters.
These are
right?
These are not people looking to change Nigeria. These are people looking to steal and maybe find their next meal. And unfortunately, like, there's a lot of people really suffering. There's a lot of people hungry. There's a lot of people hungry. I'm not excusing their behavior. This is absolutely inexcusable. But at the same time, it's also like, I don't know. The problems in Nigeria is a lot. It's really a lot. But what is going on here now? This is wrong. I feel so bad because guess what? Whatever happens in that store is in no way going to affect Nigerian government.
That's what I'm saying.
What's Nigerian government's own? This is somebody's business now.
that's
Somebody's
the
sweat and
problem.
blood. Someone that is also protesting because guess what? They might not be able to pay their salary. Maybe what they imported from China last month. They're still looking for how they're going to pay for it because dollar rates. That person is suffering too. Do you get?
So, you know,
Nigerians are so selfish.
Speaking to all of these things here, there's this comment I saw when I was like checking through the comment section, right? And the person was saying that, are you sure that the reason why we had like the president and the vice president and all of those people come to warn us is not because of they have interior motives? And now, speaking to interior motive, another person has said on the comment section that you just said now that these people are not protesters. Now, are you sure that these people are not being paid to constitute this kind of nuisance? What do you have to say to
In
that?
Nigeria, anything is possible. I feel like also the government wants to push the narrative that anyone that's protesting is criminal. Anyone that's protesting is, you know what I mean? So they also want it to look like, okay, when they bring out their forces, they want to be able to justify the fact that there's police and the fact that they're tear gassing people because they will say, they are stealing, they are doing this. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very divided narrative. Like, really, the country, we don't have one focus. Nigerians, we are not focused. The government is not focused. We as a people, we are not focused. Nobody is focused because there is no singular mission to solve this. There's just too many objectives by different people. It's crazy.
All right, let's quickly check the comment section to see people's reaction on that. All right, this one says, this is from Daniel Rega. Okay, it says the looting of the NCC industrial park in Kano is sad, but pointing fingers at protesters without proof is ridiculous. Call the corporates what they are, hoodlums.
Yeah.
Now let's address the real issue here. The government shouldn't be investing heavily on projects when hunger is sweeping the land and insecurity is still a persistent problem. Federal government needs to get its priorities straight.
Facts. Yes, because we can't. I mean, if people are hungry on the streets, who is going to be focused on technology and that? I need to chop first now. It's facts. It's facts.
Well, hello. All right, let's take the next comment, please. Okay, this one says, if you are truly sincere to yourself and Nigeria, there is more pressing matters that warrant your attention and sadness. Let the government you work with to prioritize and address the fundamental and essential needs of the citizens. Once these basic necessities are adequately met, I am confident that the government will not hesitate to repair the looted office, assuming they were genuinely committed to providing the citizen with the quality of service they deserve. Since your emotional display, brother, the populace has endured not only emotional distress but also physical I think that's demise due to the hunger and injustice perpetrated by you and your associates. Regrettably, those entrusted with their protection fail to provide any assistance. Enough of this foul gaslighting. What you think of it?
I feel like this comment was a bit harsh. There were some valid points made, and I think it's a bit unfair to just put all of that problem on one person. But at the same time, there were some points made. You need to address the basic problem first before we find, we face the big ones. And that being said, the Nigerians are on different levels. There are Nigerians that are poor. There are Nigerians that are on the mid-level. Do you get?
Yeah.
So those ones can still benefit. Let's not just assume that all Nigerians are going to benefit from food. And do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to have a way where we're solving this problem
And
side by
balancing it,
side.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because if you don't get those grassroots issues, it will always result in things like this.
But speaking to all these things you said now, I remember also hearing somebody say that Tinubu is actually doing well. The only problem, before you go look me like that, now person talk, not be me.
Okay.
So this person said Tinubu is actually doing well, right? That the only problem is communication. Now people from the grass level, that's the local government, chairman and all of those, are the ones not telling us what the government, what this recent government is actually doing. That's what somebody said.
So
What do you
if the
think?
local government cannot tell us, Tinubu cannot open his mouth to tell us.
But I mean, everybody.
I'm sure they have a PR team.
Well, hello.
Well, it's true. At least nobody should make. You know what Nigerians love? They love to make excuses
For other
Do
people.
you know what I mean? So I beg, please miss me with that. For real.
All right, let's take the next comment, please. I just want to say you are very stupid for posting this nonsense.
Violence.
I didn't tell you. Who are those expected to use the so-called Digital Innovation Park? The hungry children and dying parents, or those who can't afford toothpaste. All of you in APC are fools because you are a person of privilege in power. You think, oh wow.
Yeah, that was a very strongly worded comment. But it's true. I think people in places of privilege always think from that space. We need people that are on the grassroots levels to think about solving Nigeria's problem, because because if that wahala has touched you, you will know how to address it. But unfortunately, what tends to happen is that even people who have come from the grassroots,
Exactly. That's
when
what I
they
wanted to say.
just a little bit of power, a little bit of money, like I told you, people change. That's when you know, okay, oh, this is my roof color. Yeah. And you forget that there are people on that level that you should be looking
Also
to elevate. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
All right, so let's quickly go on a short break. We're coming back with the hottest gossip. Stay with me. Welcome back. So it's the hottest gossip. You're yet to comment. Tell me, how is it in your area? I've not heard Glasgow of recent. Like, what's going on? Is there anybody that is giving me Abuja vibes? Please let me know. Please, I want you to share, comment, and like. Thank you so much for staying with me. All right, so on the hottest gossip, the one I have here is FCT, that's the Federal Capital Territory Police Commissioner, and lawyer DJ Adeyanju trade words over the court order restricting the protest from converging to the MKO Abiola Stadium. So, I mean, let me quickly say this here. So before we had the old Abuja thing that went, that went up, because I don't know if you've seen the videos where there was a whole lot of things. Abuja was one of those places where there was, chaos and all of this. They started fighting and all. But before that, when they started in the morning, as of early hours in the morning yesterday, it was looking peaceful. Everybody came out. The protesters came out to protest and all of those. Then the commissioner of police we were telling them, according to the court order there, that if they want to protest, they have to enter the MKO Abiola Stadium. They cannot protest anywhere, because according to the CP, that's the commissioner of police, they're actually obstructing other people from passing. They kind of caused traffic and all of that. So he was telling them that, okay, if you know you want to protest, I'm not stopping you, but you need to follow the court order, right? And lawyer DJ was saying, okay, no problem, we'll follow the court order. Now the court said we should do what? We should go to the stadium, right? So they went to the stadium. So the commissioner was saying no. When the court order says you should go to the stadium, it means inside the stadium, not around the stadium. So they had a bit of clash. So let's quickly take that video first before we go into other stuffs that happened in Abuja.
We have a court judgment on court ruling, court order on substituted service, which the barrister Deji Adeyanju is leading them, is aware of. The substituted service said that the order is that they should protest inside the stadium. And we requested that each group that we protest has to come to the police and notify the police. No group has notified the police. We only came here to see some people here, and we said, for the fact you have not notified us and you want to protest, follow the court order, which Deji Adeyanju, the barrister, is aware. The order said, protest inside the stadium. We are not stopping anybody from protesting, but look at how they are blocking the express road. And I said no, because where their right stops is where another man's own stops. Because as they are infringing into the right of way of people, is not good.
They are equally trampling on other people's rights on passage. And that's why he said no. They should enter the stadium where the court has given order that they should enter inside. They should carry out their 1,000 pressmen and enter the stadium and protest. They can transmit it to 2,000 word press. I don't care.
The protesters are at the stadium. Are we not in the national stadium?
We are there.
The court order say national stadium. They have refused to allow us to go to Eagle Square. We say we will not confront them.
What the police commissioner is saying that inside the national stadium.
No, the court order said stadium, national stadium. That's what the court order say. Koniman die, Koniman bury him. You understand? Koniman die, Koniman is a Koniman. I'm also a Koniman.
So he has spoken to you now as the commissioner of police in Abuja. Are you willing to?
Are we not complying? Are we not at the stadium? Are we at Eagle Square?
Okay, but if he
He's my big brother.
If he insists that you should move into the national stadium,
then they have to carry us in. I've gone to speak as the lawyer. I've advised the protesters. I said, listen, if.
All right, so I mean, you've seen it now. Connie man die, Connie man bury him. So this was what was going on early hours in Abuja, right? So I was expecting that we don't have enough time. We'd have watched. You can go watch the full video. It's online. Now you get to hear when he was saying that they tried as much as possible to the lawyer I meant to say tried as much as possible to speak to the protesters that you see. I'm a lawyer here, and we have to follow the court order. When we go against the court order, it becomes a problem. So each and every one of us will go to the stadium and actually protest. Since that's what they want us to do, that's what they want us to do. We'll go there and protest. But guess what? It didn't even take up to a few hours. The next thing we started seeing was a whole lot of running up and down. That I saw that take me to what I told you earlier when I said there was a comment that I saw that when the person was saying that, are you sure that there are not other people that was paid to come and cause chaos and all of that? Because having listened to what this lawyer said, I felt like it was going to be peaceful. I felt like nothing was going to happen and all of that. Only a few hours down of yesterday, and we started seeing a whole lot of rowdiness. I think what's his name now? VDM helped us describe what was going on. So I think that we have that video. Let's quickly take that video.
They go on for Abuja. The place when police don't go block, the people they don't break through. You understand? Now they are coming towards town, and this is a very big problem. Me self don't even they fear. Do you understand? They bought me for Abuja, so make a quick analysis. You see all this multitude of crowd now. Immediately after they pass this place, the next place that we meet is AYA. If they reach AYA like this, if they follow like this, then they go the right wing of Asokoro, where there are a lot of elites. If they go like this, then they go the left wing of Asokoro, where there are a lot of elites. And if they turn like this, they'll meet ECOWAS, they'll meet filling station, they'll meet banks. A lot of banks are on that street. Then a lot of elites live there.
So I mean, you've seen what's going on. Like I said, we all assumed that this protest was going to go peacefully. No harm will go to anybody. There's even a video where a woman was carrying her child and she was complaining that they tear gassed them. There was a whole lot of how did it result to this? Because the plan was for us to have a peaceful protest. So I don't know how. If you start checking statistically now, how many people that has died, people that were injured, it's a whole lot. How did we even get to this? I am so surprised. What do you have to say?
Well, I wish I could say I was surprised, but
I wish to say.
Honestly, I'm just not. With Nigeria, you really. I don't know. I never really expect, things to go smoothly or anything to happen.
Oh, wow.
It's just unfortunate and it's really, really sad. Anyone that was hurt or harmed or lost their life, may their soul rest in peace. And I actually just want to thank Nigerians for showing up and believing in the cause. I really hope that this effects some sort of change. But am I hopeful? Am I holding on? Not really.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Let's check the comment section, because if we see people's reaction, we'll be okay in this country. All right, this one says, I was saying this to my husband. If those uniformed men have not sold their conscience for the fact that, that baby was there, or speaking to that video I was speaking of, that baby was there, it's enough reason for them not to use the tear gas. But what do you expect when the government reduced the uniformed men to adjacent poverty in order to use them as tools to oppress its citizens? Instant intervention is coming. Whoa, that's a lot. Let's take the next one, please. Okay, this one says, una do am when Buhari dey power. Now una no say then kill una husband. Okay, speaking to that same woman, what will our military wives say when their husband are killed daily by bandits when trying to protect you and me? We should all give Asiwaju the time to work and make Nigeria great again. Do you understand what this person is doing?
Yes. And I'm rolling my eyes intensely.
But I mean, you can't actually do that comparison. Reason is, you're talking about military wives and they not coming out to say that their husband is killed by bandits. That's the job of their husband.
They signed up for it.
Exactly,
they got paid for it.
God bless you. If you say that you want to be a military personnel or something, I think you should go for it fully. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand why the wife now should be crying when you already know what your husband's jobs entail.
Signed up for.
Do you get?
No, I mean you can obviously cry, but still.
Yeah, cry. But coming out to come and blame other persons, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get? But I mean, that woman. Okay, so sorry, you cannot play that video because there's no time. But if you watch that video, you get to understand. You see how the woman was raging that her husband died due to insecurity and all of those things. And this man now, the Lord be with us. Let's take one more comment so we can go. All right, this one says, in other countries, this baby will be getting food credit every month, free medical care, and other benefits. But Naija, na tear gas, them they use, they throw them. That baby is enough reason for them not to do stupid things towards them. Failed country. All right, this last one by City Boy says, inside stadium care, these people think say na concert we come do for here.
That's actually funny.
Oh my God. We're coming to the end of the show. I've really, really enjoyed my time here. I'm very sure you've seen what's going on in the country. Each and every one of us that is always clamoring for unity, clamoring for, togetherness and all of these things. I hope you're not part of those persons that, formulating this whole fight. But let's quickly go back to the riddle. You're scared.
I forgot to.
Let's go back to the riddle. Okay, no one wants to have me, but no one wants to lose me too. Okay, what am I?
No one wants to have me, but no one wants to lose me too.
No one wants to have me. Do you know when that no one wants to have me, it was death that came to my head. But when you now say no one wants to lose me too, who doesn't want to lose
death?
Like, what do you think that would be? No one wants to have me.
No one wants to have me.
What does no one want to have? What would you not want to have?
What did you want to have?
No one wants to lose me too.
I'm
actually
not good with riddles.
Oh yeah, let's get the answer out. I hope that answer doesn't shock me.
A lawsuit. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough.
But that wasn't something I would have thought about.
Yeah,
actually.
I know.
Well, the Lord be with us. All
Amen.
right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do have a great day ahead. See you on Monday. Let me not say tomorrow before anybody comes for me. See you on Monday. Stay blessed.